countries want to take action. That's why almost 200 nations are gathering here in Marrakesh for the UN climate change talks. But while diplomatic battles continue inside the plenaries of the COP22, countries such as Colombia and Costa Rica are showcasing on the sidelines of the conference how to start moving towards a low-carbon economy.
We have two NAMAs financed by the NAMA facility in Colombia. One of them is the transport-oriented development. We're working with several cities in Colombia to make transportation projects sustainable and trying to build integrated commercial developments around transportation hubs so that people need to travel less distances, have more walking, cycle more, and have like a better connected hubs.
Today we've seen through the projects that were showcased at our event that not only have these climate programs addressed very interesting mitigation impacts, we've also seen a number of co-benefits, for example, in relation to green investment, job creation, economic development and investment, but also broader environmental benefits, improved air quality and social aspects as well. So I think the NAMA concept is an opportunity to achieve climate change and sustainable development.
NAMA is the acronym for Nationally Appropriate Mitigation Actions. This protocol establishes procedures to help reduce a country's emissions in a way that can be measured, reported and verified.
We also have a NAMA about refrigeration, where we hope to change a lot of refrigerators from low-income and medium-income households so that we destroy HFCs that are big greenhouse gases and replace them with natural refrigerants, and help local manufacturers change their production lines and also manage all the waste that would be generated by replacing these refrigerators.
Costa Rica has the privilege to be the world's first NAMA in the agriculture sector registered at a UNFCCC.
We are now looking for these new technologies in farmers where they can reduce emissions, putting more trees, having more shade for their plantation, for their coffee plantations, which is good for this technology improves their productivity. We also talking about using new fertilizers that are also better for their productivity. And what this sector is doing is having innovation. They want to have a gourmet coffee, a very high quality coffee. And now if they can have high quality coffee with these new low emissions, well, I think that would be very interested in the market. For us, the NAMAs, and how we see it, is more like a local strategy to have this transformational change in the different sectors.
Since the Paris Agreement on climate change entered into force, countries need to put forward their best efforts through the so-called NDCs, or the nationally determined contributions.
We have to implement the Paris Agreement by implementing the NDCs. And the NAMAs could be excellent pilots for testing that, for doing the initial work on what is needed if you want to implement an NDC. You have to come forward with a bankable project pipelines, and NAMAs could be part of those bankable projects. So in a way, you can say NAMAs could be small-scale NDC.
So what we're doing is we're funding projects, typically which have three components. Usually we have some regulatory or policy reforms. We have use of financial instruments to affect the change that's required, and often the development of a pipeline of projects which will be funded within the program.
When we talk about climate change, we don't want to see it as an environmental issue. We say that it's an issue of a new model of development.